In this video, I'm sharing the best celebrity perfumes. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I'm a perfume reviewer. Please do subscribe to my channel and join this All the Perfume community. If you're not new, welcome back and thank you as ever for all of your support, watching, liking and commenting on my videos. Celebrity perfumes feature very heavily in my collection and content, and I really love how in the last 20 years especially, they've given an added excitement into the perfume world, so much more choice and many different amazing and affordable perfumes. In the last couple of weeks, there seems to have been a lot of interest in celebrity perfumes, and because I have a lot of them in my collection and I love so many, I show a lot, but some of them are discontinued, and that isn't intentional, it's just that I still wear them, so that's why they're there. But I wanted to bring together a current collection, 10 perfumes that at the very least you can still buy in the UK and can hopefully find elsewhere as well. So these are 10 loves from me, 10 perfumes that I highly recommend, and I will link them all below. But at the very end of the video, I can't help but add in some other past loves, some discontinued perfumes that I wanted to talk about that I wish were still available too. This is Fancy by Jessica Simpson, and it is the kind of perfume that when I see it's still available, I just want to buy backup bottles that I don't need. I love this perfume and it isn't my first bottle. Now, for a long time, I was talking about this as my favourite perfume, one of two. I would mention this or Roberto Cavalli's Roberto Cavalli scent. This perfume still smells good. I think it's really underrated and I just want every fragrance lover to go out and try Fancy. And it was cropping up on Instagram. There were a few people who enjoyed this, and now from what I see content wise, it seems to have gone again. And it's still available, it's still affordable, so please do check this out if the notes appeal to you. You've got in here pear, almond, vanilla and sandalwood. And it is this really unique, beautiful, bright pear that I appreciate more now than I ever did. But then it's foody and cozy, and it gives a kind of sugariness in the combination of the notes. It's got this beautiful smooth caramel in it, and my favourite anecdote about this perfume, I have a few because it was complimented often when I used to wear it really frequently, was that I was on a very long table of people at a pub and one of my sister's friends said, "Somebody smells of candy floss," and she was like, "That will probably be Sarah." So there I was in my big faux fur coat, wearing Fancy, feeling like I smelled good, and this has to be my scent of the day. This is so well done, and I'm not reaching for it enough, but that isn't a reflection of my love at all. It's not my first bottle, I love it, and I just please want you to tell me if you go and try this, if you already have, and especially if you go and try it now, please do come back to me and tell me what you think of the perfume. I think it's so well done, one of my favourite perfumes ever. This is Fancy and it's still available to buy, thankfully. This is Caramel Dream from the Sweet Tooth line by Sabrina Carpenter, and I've only just talked about this in my Sabrina Carpenter Mi Espresso review and ranking video. I really love this perfume. You have in here more caramel, as you would expect, just like with Fancy, so we're doing well for our gourmands. And this one has with it dark chocolate, sugar and orange, and I think this is a really great perfume if you want something musky, a little spicy, a chocolate orange scent that is so addictive for evening and winter wear. I think this could be bottled, without a name on it, and it would pass as a niche fragrance. I think it's really well done, and you can now buy this for less than £20 for your 30ml. It's coming up on sale in a couple of places, so yeah, this is a really great perfume, and it's like Rebelle by Ariana, which would have made it to this video if that was still available to buy. So I love this one. A really strong recommendation from me is Caramel Dream. This is Dazzle by Paris Hilton, and I felt that a Paris Hilton perfume of some sort had to feature in my top 10. I really loved the line, and there were some other close contenders. But Dazzle won out because I feel it is so versatile. You've got in here cherry, it's sour cherry, you've got champagne and vanilla, and as well as the gorgeous 125ml bottle, which of course is still available at the moment as I film, because that is what I wanted from this collection. It's so versatile. I remember feeling back in 2014 when I was wearing it most that it would work as a work day perfume for going out. It's fun and it's fruity and it kind of fizzes. It sparkles, it dazzles, just like the name suggests. It definitely has that DNA of a lot of the Paris Hilton perfumes. It's a little bit like Heiress, it's a little bit like Rosé Rush, and it has that lovely kind of freshness to its fruit that her perfume seems to have. I think this is such a great perfume, and it's another one that makes me want people to just, add to cart. And I try not to recommend a blind buy, but I think if you have enjoyed other Paris Hilton perfumes, this is a really fun purchase, and it's still not going for too high a price. So I would say get this one while you can if you want something that just smells really good and really fun and can take you from any time of day and season. This is Miami Glow by Jennifer Lopez, and it is my favourite of all the Jennifer Lopez line. I love this scent. So we're off to something a little bit more summery now. This feels like the perfect summer scent profile. It's passion fruit and coconut milk, and I think this doesn't smell like anything else except for Maui Fantasy by Britney Spears, but this smells better. That one's a bit kind of laundry clean as well as the coconut note. This has all smelled so good to my nose. There's a kind of comfort to it, and it would be perfect for a holiday or to make you feel like you're on one. The notes just work so well together that it kind of smells like a single note all the way through. It's very creamy and smooth. It's really well done. And this did seem to be discontinued at one point. And I've said recently how it was selling for £100 on some websites, which of course, if you know me and my videos, I would never pay. But I'm so glad to see it back and selling, of course, for a very reasonable celebrity price point. So if you like your coconut scent, but subtly done, because I was wearing this even when I was at a stage where I didn't get on so well with coconut, then Miami Glow is it. It's a really gorgeous, fun perfume with that fruit from the passion fruit, but a creamy smoothness that will just have you thinking of the beach and of summer. This is R.E.M. by Ariana Grande, and again, Ariana Grande has many scents in her line that I really enjoy, some that I love, but this one won. And the reason R.E.M. won for me is because I couldn't compare it to anything else, whereas with Mod Vanilla, for example, I'm always saying that that is like the Wedding Silk Santal 36 by Kayali. This one stands in its own right. This one is fig and caramel, salt, musk and lavender, and you can see actually I'm calling that a dent. I wear this quite a lot relative to the rest of my collection, and I saw recently somebody say it smelled like a spa, and that is exactly how I enjoyed this perfume once. I wore it to the spa and it feels clean, it's got a coziness to it, and it feels unique. It smells like a really good product from a spa. I would go as far as to say that this is my favourite lavender perfume because it's not straightforward lavender. The saltiness is really good and addictive. I know we have Cherry Eclipse now from the R.E.M. line, so I would be very interested to know if you've tried that. I would love to try it for myself. I hope it isn't a US exclusive. So this is my top recommendation from Ariana Grande because I find it the most unique, but there are many others from her as well. So all of the review videos of her line previously I will include below, but as a representative of her perfumes, I chose R.E.M. This is Prerogative by Britney Spears, and I've talked about this perfume recently, and I will be talking about it again, I'm sure. I love to talk about this perfume because it is, well, not least it's something a bit different from Britney Spears, but the fact that it's Britney Spears and I love so many of her scents, it was her first unisex one actually, even though every time I always say I see all scents as genderless anyway. But with Prerogative, we've got coffee, we've got goji berries and sandalwood, and it is like a fruitier version of black opium. The fruits are really fun in that opening. It has apricot in there as well, but the coffee kind of takes you to a black opium place, so it is like that fruitier version of black opium. I love this, and I love to talk about how I've had people smell this on me and then buy it there and then because they thought it smelled so good. And again, there's a big dent, so it's a perfume that I kind of feel the need to get backups of because I always want to have this in my collection. And I'm just really glad it's not been discontinued yet. So we've got coffee, not easy to find in the celebrity market. We've got Britney Spears, fun, affordable scents, and fruits to give it something a little bit different. Goji berries as a bit of a quirky, lesser used note in fragrance. So Prerogative is a strong recommendation from me. It smells so good and addictive. This is Darling by Kylie Minogue, and I love this perfume, and it's a scent that always makes me think of gift giving and gift buying, and I think, can't more people see this online and how affordable it is? Can't they just buy it as a present? I just think it could please any age, any personality, any stage. It's a really pretty scent. And you've got in here passion fruit, a personal love of mine. You've got lychee, lily and sandalwood. And it smells like a kind of sparkling, pretty, it kind of does something. There's like a magic to smelling this. It's light and very sweet. In fact, it's smelling sweeter today than I remember it. Not enough people smell of this perfume. I mean, I don't think enough people smell of strong perfume full stop, but I think this is such a lovely, unique combination of notes, and Darling is really well done and smells more expensive than it is. I mean, I want to wear it myself, and I have done. This bottle is very full, but I got this when it was relaunched. I actually went through bottles of the initial launch way back when I was wearing it in 2007. I love it as a personal wear, but it is that price point. The fact that you can buy this for just over £10 is what makes me think, why wouldn't people see this as like the perfect gift to buy? And it just doesn't seem talked about enough. So, huge fan of Darling and the Kylie Minogue line, as you can tell. It's back, so it's very much available and very affordable. This is Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker, and it's something quite different, I think, from the rest of the scents I'm talking about today. I just think it's a really unusual scent profile, and now it reminds me of Susie Nightingale, an amazing, lovely lady, and she's perfume goals basically. She all smells incredible, and she's a perfume journalist and writer for the Scented Letter. She came around here, she visited me once when I was interviewed for the magazine, and we talked about our love of Covet. Maybe she tried it here for the first time. No, she already knew this one, I think, because it was in my top 10, and enjoyed it. And it is this lemon, chocolate, amber and lavender combination that kind of smells green. It really suits its juice, and it so takes me back to wearing it in 2007, and it feels very true of SJP and what we might have expected her to bring out, something very different. And there was a feeling at the time that Lovely was kind of her more people-pleasing first scent, something a bit more universal, and that this was more what she would have wanted, like really her taste. I love to wear this in autumn. I think it's so fresh and uplifting, but not in a kind of happy, sugary, fun, mood-boosting way, but in just a, I'm going to say it's kind of like refreshing. It's got like a wetness to it, that sort of weird drinkable quality where the notes are so unusual together, and that lemon is in there making it feel like you really are wearing something noticeable on your skin. So I love the smell of this, and I'm so glad it's still available, because Stash isn't at the moment. Stash is quite a quirky scent from her, and when I saw a quite recent interview with Sarah Jessica Parker, she said she's working on getting Stash back. I know she really loves that perfume, so for now, Covet is one you can buy, and I really recommend it. This is Believe by Britney Spears, and it seems fair that we would have two Britney Spears perfume in my collection of celebrity scents, bearing in mind how many of them I have and how much I love them. And Believe always features in my top perfumes, my top 10 in fact, in the interview that I mentioned. I love the smell of this, and I think it is underrated, although now, thanks to chatting even more online with people, I'm finding there are others who love it too. This is Tangerine, Guava and Patchouli for this really, I want to say rich, but quite intense actually, an intense, mouth-watering, addictive, fruity patchouli scent that is just a summer wear for me. Now, summer is a bit of a concept for the UK that doesn't quite exist. We're thinking hot days in May, and maybe a few kind of peppered into the actual summer months, but the way this smells on warm skin is amazing. It lasts really well and makes me just so impressed that it's so affordable, because this is another one you can buy for somewhere between £10 and £15. And just like Prerogative, it's a perfume that people have bought or wanted after smelling it on me. It smells so good. So I love to recommend Believe, and I love to chat to people who love it too. A really great summer scent, mainly from Britney Spears. This is Christina Aguilera by Christina Aguilera, and it was her first ever perfume, and now she has quite a few. But I talked about this one the other day and said that it is my favourite. Another underrated perfume in my opinion. It feels very classic. It's a lot more fruity than I remember it from back in the day. It's pineapple and blackcurrant. This is jasmine and it's musk, and I've always associated it really with its jasmine note. It's got a lovely fruitiness to it, but unlike Believe, which takes me to a kind of summery place in my mind, I always think that this is quite a mature perfume that would suit evenings out and going out at night. That's how I like to think of this, but I know people who wear it in the day and of course smell really good wearing it as well. I love this scent. I think it does the pineapple really well in it, and also I think that the fact that it's quite classic looking really helps. And it's less floral than Christina's other perfumes. I've had a couple of them that I kind of get confused. I find that they, looking so similar now, I find that a little bit difficult. They seem to me a little bit samey now with the later releases. So I'd happily try more, review more and be proved wrong, but this one just has always really stood out to me as being very well done, lasting really nicely on the skin. And so it is my recommendation if you want something fruity but with an evening feel to it. Now I'm going to talk about 4 other perfumes that I wish I could bring back from the celebrity world. So firstly, I'm kind of in ascending order here of how much I love them. Heat by Beyonce. That was a warm, spicy amber scent that was a little fruity. It had a peach note, and I love to wear that for evenings out. It just smelled really good, and I think it kind of suited her as well. So I've been a bit disappointed to see Beyonce go to the kind of higher price point end in the perfume world when, you know, only 15 years ago, she had such a strong first perfume. I know there were other heats as well, but I think the first one was really well done in particular, and I got a bit excited preparing for this video because I thought it was still available now, and it's not. You can't find heat easily, so that's a perfume that I thought was really well done, and I wish you could still buy now. I also loved Black Star by Avril Lavigne. That perfume had a Mexican chocolate note, and it was mango, and it just smelt good. The combination of notes smelt really good and unusual, and I loved to wear that perfume for going out and evening wear. It was sort of smooth, a little bit fruity. It worked really well, and it just disappeared too quickly. I went through 2 or 3 bottles and then you can't buy it anymore. So I'd love to bring Black Star back, and if there's anything ever that's similar to it, I would really be interested to know, because I think it was such a great perfume. I talk about Rebelle by Ariana a lot. I've talked about it in this video with being happily very similar to Caramel Dream. Rebelle smells so good. Spicy, strawberry, addictive, cacao. Another great one for evenings out. So some nostalgia for me there, but just a really good feel-good perfume. So again, just like Beyonce, the fact that Rihanna now has Fenty fragrance at the higher price points is a shame when she already had really great perfumes in her first line. So I was recommending Rebelle for as long as I could, but now sadly it is really hard to find as well. Now for the one that I missed the most. With Love by Hilary Duff was such a good perfume. It suited everybody in my family. It had a mangosteen note. It was very unusual, classic smelling. The bottle was gorgeous. It was spicy. To think of it is to smell it. And my husband never really got to know it in the way that I did, because I had a bottle when I met him, but it didn't smell right. So that perfume I really wore well for those first couple of years after its launch in 2007. And then I just couldn't wear it 10 years after that, funnily enough. I mean, that would surprise a few people, you know, the people who really strongly believe that perfume expires easily. But yeah, for me it was a shame. Many other perfumes have lasted, but I just can't smell and enjoy that one anymore. It's discontinued, and I think it could have really easily been like a classic on the shelves. You know, it doesn't look particularly celebrity, it's not quirky or whimsical. It was a classic shaped bottle that smelled really good. So yeah, With Love was a real love for me in my perfume collection. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed hearing about my best celebrity perfumes, my top 10 recommendations. Let me know as ever if you've tried any of them, what you think, or if you're inspired. What are you off to go and try now? Let me know any other celebrity scents that you have loved or any that you would recommend to me as well. Please do give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Go over and find me on Instagram, on TikTok, and also my blog as well. Thank you so much for watching and all of your support, and I'll see you in my next video.